Welcome, boys and girls, to an episode of Advanced Word Study. I'm your host, Miss Amber, and this is your teacher, Miss Chelsea. In preparation for our lesson today, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper. Have fun!
Thank you, Miss Amber. Boys and girls, the focus of our lesson today is on R-controlled syllables. We've been talking about multisyllabic words, so we're going to learn a new syllable type today. An R-controlled syllable contains a letter combination made up of a vowel followed by the letter R, such as AR, ER, UR, OR, or IR. The vowel R sound is one welded sound that cannot be segmented or broken apart. So when AR are together in a word, they're going to say R. When ER is together in a word, they'll say When UR is together, it will also say When OR is together in a word, it'll say OR. And when IR is together in a word, it'll say Let's practice those together. I want to hear you. R, OR, Great job. Some of those sound very similar, but we're going to practice together. Let's add the things we just talked about to our anchor chart. Today, we're focusing on R-controlled syllables. And we just discussed that those are a combination of a vowel followed by the letter R. It's going to make one welded sound. They stick together and make one new sound. We'll put that up here so we can remember. We're going to use this letter R as a visual to help us remember. If you look at his expression, he looks a little bossy. Sometimes you may hear of R controls as Bossy R because this R is kind of going to tell the vowel what to do as they make a new welded sound. So if you hear me say Bossy R, just know we're talking about R-controlled syllables. You want to try some together? Me too. Let's start with this word I have up here. I'm going to model for you, and then you're going to help me. So let's focus on the word we have and the 6 syllabication steps we've been using in our previous lessons. We're going to use these steps to help us read unknown words. All right, let me show you. The first step tells me to label the first 2 vowels. I'm going to look at my word and find the first 2 vowels. I see vowel A and vowel E. My E is followed by an R, and we just learned that R-controlled vowels are one welded sound. So I'm going to count this ER as one vowel, and I'm going to underline those together. So let's put a V underneath each of those to represent the vowels in our word. Step 2 tells me to draw a bridge and connect those vowels. So I'm going to draw a line or my bridge from that A to my ER. Step 3 asks me to label the consonants I see on my bridge. So if I focus my attention right here, I see consonant N and T. So I'm going to label my bridge with a C for each of those consonants. Step 4 asks me to divide using the pattern I notice. What do you remember about the patterns as we've been learning syllabication? That's right. That's what we see on the bridge. That's what I mean when I say pattern. V, C, C, V is the pattern I see here. And we've already used that pattern in several lessons. If we look down here at our syllabication chart, it tells me to divide between the consonants. So let's draw a line dividing my consonants. Step 5 asks me to identify the syllable types for each part and then label each. So I'm going to focus just on this syllable, this first word part. What do I notice? There's a vowel A, and it's followed by consonant N. What do we know about syllables that end in one or more consonants? I can't really remember, so let me refer back to my anchor chart. Let's start up here at the top. Closed syllables end in one or more consonants, like right here in the word napkin. So if I look at my first syllable, it's ending in my consonant, closing off that vowel. So this is going to be a closed syllable. I'm going to label it with a CL so I can remember. My next syllable, I notice it ends in a consonant, but I have my E and R underlined because those together make a welded sound. And we just learned about R-controlled or Bossy R. That's a combination of a vowel, E here, followed by R. So I'm going to label this BR for Bossy R, because in this word, together, ER is going to say Let's keep going. Step 6 tells me to read each syllable and blend the word. All right, let me model for you. An, lan, earn, turn, lantern. Lantern, that's right. We use those as lights oftentimes. Good job. I'm going to add this word to our anchor chart so we remember the Bossy R syllable. If you look, our first syllable was closed because it ended in one or more consonants, and it made a short sound because that consonant closed in my vowel. So this vowel said ah. Right here, this is where my Bossy or R-controlled vowel was. My ER. Together, they made the sound Good job. Let's practice some more together. Get your pencil and paper out so we can work together. And I want you to write this word on your paper. Let's start with step 1 together. What does step 1 ask you to do? That's right. We're going to label the first 2 vowels we see. So what do you see? Okay, I see an A. That's right, followed by R. So we know that's going to be right, one welded sound. I also see, very good, vowel E. So let's label those with V's to remind us they're vowels. What does step 2 ask us to do? Draw a bridge connecting the vowels. Step 3 asks us to label the consonants on the bridge. We're focusing our attention here. And remember, we're using AR as one vowel. We've labeled that with V. So the only consonant I see is G. So I'm going to write 1C for my consonant G. Good job. What does step 4 ask you to do? That's right. We're going to divide using the pattern we notice. This is our pattern on our bridge, V, C, V. So if we look at our charts, that's right, we have 2 charts for V, C, V. This one has a 1 at the bottom. We're going to try that division pattern first, and I'm going to use a dotted line just in case I have to try pattern 2. So this tells me to draw my line after the first vowel before the consonant. So if I'm looking at my word, AR together is my vowel. So I'm going to draw my dotted line after the AR before the G. Can you make your paper look like mine? Good. Let's look at step number 5. Identify the syllable types for each part and label each. What do you notice about our first syllable? That's right. AR are together as an R-controlled syllable, or Bossy R. So let's put BR to remind us. What do you notice about the second syllable? That's right. It ends in consonant T, closing off that vowel, making a short sound. So how are we going to need to label this syllable? That's right. Closed, C-L. Good. Let's read each syllable and blend this word. I want you to take the lead, and I'm going to follow. Let's start with the first part. T-R, tar. G-et, get. Target, target. Very good job. Remember, together, AR make one sound, R. All right, let's try another. Y'all are doing such a great job. Let's focus on step number 1. What does it ask us to do? Oh, but make sure you write the word first, or we can't go anywhere from there. So write this word. Now we'll identify the first 2 vowels we see. Yes, I see vowel A and R-controlled vowel U-R. Very good. Let's label those with a V for vowel. What does step 2 ask you to do? That's right. We're going to draw our bridge, connecting those vowels. Step 3 asks us to label the consonants on that bridge. What consonants do you see? I see consonants P and F also. Step 4 asks us to divide using the pattern we notice. What pattern do you notice? V, C, C, V. Very good. And using our chart at the bottom, where do we know we need to divide that pattern? Between the 2 consonants. So let's draw our line between consonant P and consonant F. Good job. Step 5 asks us to identify the syllables and label each. So let's start with this first syllable. What do you notice about that word part? Very good. It ends in consonant P, which is closing off this vowel, making it have a short sound, so we'll label it C-L for closed. What do you notice about the second syllable? Very good. U-R is one of our R-controlled, our Bossy R patterns. So we're going to write B-R to remind us. Our last step asks us to read each syllable and blend this word. Do you think you can do it? I do too. You take the lead. Sap, sap. Fern, fern. Sap fern. Sap fern. It's not a word I recognize. So it may be one of those nonsense words, but you were able to blend and read it beautifully because we followed our steps. Great practice. Let's try the last word. Can you write it on your paper? All right, what does step 1 ask us to do? Label the first 2 vowels. What 2 vowels do you see? That's right. I see vowel O and R controlled or Bossy R vowels IR. Very good. Let's label those with a V for vowel. What does step 2 ask you to do? Draw a bridge to connect our vowels. Step 3 asks you to label the consonants on that bridge. What are the consonants on our bridge? Consonant G and consonant L. What does step 4 ask you to do? That's right, divide using the pattern we notice. What pattern do you notice on our bridge? Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. And we know we're going to divide between our consonants. So let's draw a line between consonant G and consonant L. Next, we're going to identify the syllable type for each part. What do you notice about the first syllable? Very good. It ends in consonant G, closing off our vowel, giving it a short sound. So let's write CL for closed. And what do you notice about our second syllable? That's right. IR is R controlled or Bossy R. So let's put BR to remember. Now we're going to read each syllable and blend this word. Remember, this will make a short sound because it's closed in by my consonant. You blend and read for me, and I'll follow. Yog, yog. Lurf, lurf. Yog, lurf. That's not a word I've heard before either, but we had great practice syllabicating. Those nonsense words can be fun. Let's take some time now that we've practiced reading multisyllabic words with R controls. Let's try to write a few. Are you ready? I'll lead on the first word. My first word is pattern. Let me write a 1 so I have some space to work with. Pattern. How many syllables do I hear in the word pattern? Pattern. Pattern. I hear 2 syllables or word parts. So I'm going to draw 2 lines to represent each syllable. And I'm going to focus on one part at a time. My first syllable is pat. I hear p, at, 3 sounds. Let me see if I can spell those sounds. P, at. That was pretty easy. Let's try the next syllable. Turn, turn, t, earn. I hear 3 sounds, but I just learned about R controlled syllables. So I know that when that vowel R combination is together, it's going to make one welded sound. Let me see if I can spell it. T, Very good. Let's put it together. At, earn. And my word is pattern. Great job. Can you help me do the next few? All right. Get your pencil and paper back out. Our next word is turnip. Can you say turnip? Very good. Let's count the syllables in turnip. 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 How many syllables do you hear? That's right. I hear 2 also. So let's draw 2 lines on our paper to represent each syllable or word part. Let's focus on the first syllable. Tur. tur. How will you spell tur? Remember, our controls make one welded sound, that vowel followed by our R. T, Good job. Let's look at the second syllable. Nip, nip. How many sounds do you hear? N-ip. Let's spell those sounds. Very good. Let's put our word together. Turnip. You did a great job spelling that word. Let's try another. Leave some space for number 3. Our next word is doctor. Doctor. Can you say doctor? Let's count the syllables we hear in doctor. Doctor. Very good. I hear 2 syllables as well. Let's draw 2 lines to represent each part. Let's try to spell our first syllable. What sounds do you hear in doc? D-ok. Let's write those sounds. Our next syllable is tor. T-or. T-or. I hear t. And then I know I'm going to use one of my R-controlled patterns. Or. Is that what you have? Good job. Let's put it together. Doctor. Very good. Our final word for today's practice is actor. Can you say actor? How many syllables do you hear in the word actor? I hear 2 also. Let's draw 2 lines to represent each word part. Our first syllable is ack. What sounds do you hear? Our next syllable is tor. Tor. Sounds very similar to the word we just wrote. What sounds? T, or. Spell those sounds for me. Let's put our word together. Actor. Actor. Great job, boys and girls. Let's review quickly. An R-controlled syllable contains a vowel followed by an R. Together, they're going to make one welded sound. Here are our examples. R, or, You did a great job working with those today. I can't wait to practice reading more multisyllabic words with this new knowledge.
Thank you, Miss Chelsea, and thank you, boys and girls, for your participation in the lesson today. We can't wait to see you again. Bye.